People, how you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is Sandra here, and I'm gonna be getting into a video from Charlie Kirk today. And this says Charlie Kirk busts liberals pro-immigration rhetoric. Okay, first I'm gonna be getting into this, and with no further ado, let's just hop right into the video.
That's a personal question. Okay.
So you mentioned that you don't try to promote people.
Oh boy, you've been through this.
Violence.
I do not promote
Or
violence.
wish misery upon anyone, but you're wearing an ice hat.
Let's talk about ICE. Let's talk. Sure.
Yeah.
What about ICE? Don't you like?
A violent organization.
Not
right?
violent.
Yes, they're violent.
How?
Okay, looking it up on the news is not evidence.
Then what is?
I actually enjoyed the conversation. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead. Can you come to the middle? I don't like talking to the side.
Yeah, no, I'll stand right here.
So do you want to tell me why I like? I'll tell you why I like ICE. They're the number one agency that goes after child sex traffickers. Number one. They arrest tens of thousands of child sex traffickers every single year. They also go after MS-13. They also go after terrorists that are here in the country domestically. ICE was formed after 9/11 to go after international threats that are here domestically. That's why they're called Immigration, Customs, and Enforcement. They get such a bad rap, and you actually meet with the agents, and you see what they do every single day. It's pretty extraordinary work. Now, they do go after people that have visa overstays. It has nothing to do with race. An illegal immigrant is not a race. Most of the visa overstays are people from Hungary or from Indonesia or from Japan. If you are here illegally, you should not be here despite your race. The immigration debate is demagogued by politicians by being a racial issue. It has nothing to do with race and everything to do with the rule of law.
You say it has nothing to do with race, but inherently it does.
Okay, why?
Because these immigrants are so many
In the media, target, right?
yeah, people from
No.
Hispanic.
And I think what's being said and like what I've definitely heard is like I've heard like this civil discourse is exactly what you're wanting, and that's exactly what we need to have on campuses is conversation from all sides and being heard and representation. But also it's just kind of contradictory to what you were saying earlier that you're like, oh, I believe in love and support for everyone, and like don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say I disagree with everything you said, but like I get it, the child sex traffickers
Yeah.
going after them. That's awesome, that's great. But then also if you support love and like
Yes.
wanting to hear from everything like you're saying, you're also supporting a corporation that tears families apart from their kids and keeps them in dog kennels.
Not a corporation, and I do encourage you to visit an ICE facility. First of all, they don't. The dog kennel thing is completely and totally untrue. Let me just.
Okay, wait.
I've seen it firsthand. He's been the one.
Okay,
It's just
but
not even close to being true.
it's also if you go to one and you're like, hey, I'm coming to visit. It's just like when
they
a
don't
health
let-
inspector comes to a company, you clean it up, right?
Oh.
You put it away. You put it in the
why
back
they're
room.
separate?
Yeah, like so.
No, I definitely, again, I am a registered Republican.
but
I
I'm
know
not saying
exactly
I know
what's
why,
going on.
though.
I've heard these arguments
Yeah.
and I know what you're saying.
But let me tell you about, just real quick, I understand that it's hard to see children being separated from their parents. No one wants to see that. But do you understand that a majority of these children do not belong to them, and that whole catch and release program actually put people that were trying to come here to just seek work in more danger? And if we could actually fix the immigration problems together, then we could get more people here legally so that they're safe.
First lady who was speaking kind of like I couldn't follow through because her audio wasn't really good, but based on Charlie Kirk's response to her, I think she was speaking on the immigration law, focusing more on race than the rule of law, if I'm not wrong. And then the second girl who attempted to speak before the chief speaker took over the reins, I really didn't get her as well. But then let's speak about this last girl. I mean, when she first started, it seemed more like a debate that you'd have in primary school. I don't know. Primary school is also middle school, depending on where you are. She was just rapping on. I don't know if that was she thinking she was in the studio trying to learn how to be a rapper, but I mean, girl, if you're trying to like communicate, maybe you actually be coherent so that people could hear you. And she was just spilling a whole lot of gibberish. So her manner of approach seemed really bold, seemed really confident, and I think because in that, like at the moment where the people at the back were cheering her on and clapping for her, which completely threw me off balance, because it just seems that those people who were clapping for her are backing her up. Basically, seems like she was speaking for them. So it's like all of them are just like a bunch of what they are. I'm not gonna say it. that really threw me off because I'm like, I thought it was just her, but then actually a bunch of other people were cheering on for her. So like in that moment where they cheered her on, I was about saying, oh, like even if she doesn't like have a lot of knowledge on what she's speaking about, I did appreciate her confidence. I did appreciate everything. And those people just had to clap, and in my head, I mean, they just spoiled everything because what are you clapping for exactly? I don't know. But nonetheless, we have gotten into this. Please do share your opinions, share your thoughts down in the comment box. I'm really going to appreciate it. I want to know what you all think about this topic. Do you think that the rule of law, guiding immigration, is really just specific to races? Like they're trying to like get a certain race out of this? Because I feel like every race will come and stand and say that the immigration law is against their race, not saying the fact that this is just the rule of law. Like, why do you have an issue with the law set in place and you're trying to accommodate and understand the criminals, the law offenders? Like, I don't get why that's the easier route to take, but nonetheless, we did get into this. Let me know what you all think about this down in the comment box. All right, so yeah, let's keep on staying safe and healthy. Please do also give the video a big thumbs up if you did like it. Hit that subscribe button for more amazing content as such. And with that being said, hopefully get to see you in the next one. Bye.